guys, my name is Katie King and I am back for another awesome video. And I hope you guys are having a great summer. I hope you're having an awesome summer. And guess what? I'll be coming back to Queen's Alexandra College for a fourth and final year. So for those who are living in Woodville, I'll be coming back. So brace yourselves for the Queen of Woodville coming back. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about my favourite bits of Hairspray, but it's going to be a three-part video. The first part is going to be about the story. Second part is going to be about the characters, and the third and final part is going to be about the songs and everything. It's because this Saturday I'm going to be going to see Hairspray at the Coliseum in London this Saturday night. So yeah, I am very excited, and I hope you guys enjoy. So, but to give you guys a bit of a history lesson, a little background. In 1988, there was a movie called Hairspray, and it was basically about racism and also human rights back in the 1960s, and throughout time, and then about 14 years later, it was turned into a musical in 2002. So yeah, it came out the exact same year as Treasure Planet and Lilo and Stitch, and also the same year as my sister was born. So yeah, that's pretty cool, to be honest. Anywho, it's I really love the musical. It has a wonderful story, it has amazing characters, and it became one of the best loved, and it became one of the most upbeat musicals of all time. And I'm going to tell you the story right here, right now. Okay. So during the spring of 1962, Tracy Turnblad wakes up with the opening number of Good Morning Baltimore. This opening number basically introduces us to our main character, Tracy, who basically wants to dance on this teenage dance show and basically become famous. However, she even watches every day. But unfortunately, her mother doesn't really think that's a good future for her daughter, because she's a laundryist. She also happens to be a laundryist. But when an opportunity arrives, when she is given the opportunity to audition to be a dancer on the show, she leaps at that opportunity. So she goes into the studio the next day with Penny and tries to impress the station's manager and all the cast members on the show with her dancing. But they just but they just think she is very, very chubby and overweight and doesn't look very, very good, because virtually all the kid teenagers on the show are basically skinny, are basically nice and skinny. So yeah, they think that Tracy might be a distraction and just looks disgraceful. And also the main villain of the station, the show's manager, also happens to be just talks about when she was young and pretty, and back in the 1930s she used to compete in pageants, and she won every single one of them. She was known as Miss Baltimore Crabs. But she is really, really disappointed about how Baltimore went downhill within the last three decades. So yeah, she dismisses Tracy, and Tracy is put into detention. But she finds out that the detention classroom is actually the thingy-mabob, is actually filled with black teenagers who basically spends most of the time dancing, and she befriends a really, really good dancer called Seaweed. And he has a very positive outlook on his life, and he believes that he deserves just the human rights as white people do. So Tracy basically joins in their dance program, and they become great friends, really. However, Link, who is one of the dancers on the show, actually sees her dancing, and he thinks that maybe the host of the dance show would see her dancing like that. He'll probably pick her to be on the show. Besides, he is going to host the high school dance, so maybe she might be able. So maybe if she dances like that, there he'll probably pick her. So, however, Tracy starts to have this fantasized version that she and Link would basically get married and have a really wonderful future together, which is a very sweet tender moment, and I happen to really, really love it. And I really, really love that moment. However, at the dance, Tracy does show off her awesome dance moves, and the host just picks her out, and she appears on local television, and overnight she becomes famous. Everybody's dressing like her. Everybody's buying souvenirs in her dad's joke shop, which he owns. And everybody really likes her. Okay, so anyway, next up, the next night she receives a phone call from a fashion store owner called Mr. Pinky. And he wants Tracy to be a spokesgirl. So Tracy hires her mum to be her agent, to be her manager and agent. However, Mrs. Turnblad doesn't really want to go out because she's scared that people might body shame her. but Tracy gives her the confidence about stepping outside and basically experiencing what she's missing. And she turns out to really, really love it. So they go straight to the so they went straight to the shop, and Edna Turnblad even gets a free makeover, gets a sequin dress and a new hairstyle, and she looks absolutely fabulous. However, she is still criticised for being a bit by Mrs. Montussle and Amber, and basically she kind of takes it a bit personal, and the reason why Amber is not very nice to Tracy, it's because she might beat her at Miss Teenage Baltimore Hairspray dance pageant. So the next day, as Amber is telling is being very racist and horrible and mean in class the next day, Link basically she accuses Tracy for being sexist to the teacher, and that way she gets detention. But Link gets detention too for saying something rude in class. So they go into the detention class with all the African Americans dancing, and they just have a great time, to be honest. So Seaweed tells them that his mum is holding a party at her house. So they tell them that maybe they could go and check it out and hang out in the community of black people. and so they all go to Link's house. And they turn out to have an absolutely awesome time. However, Amber sees Link hanging out with those kids, and it doesn't really go very well. So Amber decides to go. And so Mrs. Montussle decides to do something about it. And during the party, Tracy's mother discovers that she is actually mingling with the black people, but she ends up staying, and Seaweed's wonderful mother sings about being beautiful no matter what size you are, whether you are fat or skinny. You are beautiful. You are beautiful in your own unique way. However, the reason why they're having the party, it's because they used to have this thing called Negro Day on once every month, where the white community allowed the black community to dance on the show. But unfortunately, the manager told them that their time was off, so Negro Day was cancelled. So Tracy has an idea by maybe they should go on a march to basically and basically fight for their own rights to be on TV. So they decided to meet up the next day. However, Tracy wants to bring Thing to come with them, but he is afraid that it might ruin his career. So Tracy, but even though Tracy does get a bit upset, her mother tells her that men always put their career first, and that kind of cheers, and that kind of makes Tracy a little bit better, and she doesn't take it personally. Meanwhile, Mrs. Montessor has basically got dressed in a nice little cocktail dress and went to the shop, and she basically tries to seduce Tracy's dad and Edna's husband to basically try and get Tracy off the show, because if she seduces him, he might feel ashamed of his be disappointed for marrying a really big overweight woman and having a daughter very fat. But he doesn't fall for this. However, Edna takes it the wrong way and just becomes upset. However, Tracy gives his dad a bit of advice, telling him that he needs mum and needs to think of mum first and need to try and fix it. However, in the song "You're Timeless to Me," he tells her of his unchanged feelings and love for her, and that he doesn't care. He doesn't really care what her appearance is. She just it's on the inside that he thinks she is beautiful. And Edna is very touched by this, and she eventually falls back in love with him, and everything's all right. So the next day, Tracy goes to join the black community and marches against you for their human rights. And she has a strong belief that every single human being deserves to be treated equally. However, she is falsely accused for attacking a police sergeant, so she is forced to go into hiding. However, Penny basically hides her away in a secret room which they have, and but she is punished for helping her. But Seaweed basically comes to rescue her. Tracy's parents are both really worried about her, so they basically try. And Link goes round to their house to tell them that he should have been there beside her to fight with her. So, and he realizes that he has started to fall in love with her because of what an amazing woman she is. She doesn't care. He doesn't really care about how she looks. She loves her for being an amazing for being a strong and independent individual, and he just needs to tell her how he feels. So Tracy takes shelter at Seaweed's house, along with Penny, and Seaweed's mother tells her that they need to brace themselves for a whole lot of ugly and horrible people coming after them. So they decide to hide. So they decide to hitch a plan. Tracy decided that she needs to hijack the Baltimore dance competition. So she changes her hairstyle, puts on a dress, and basically hides in one of the. And when the police sergeants couldn't recognize her, she hid in one of the decorated hairspray cans. So, and with the help of the black community, they actually managed to get her in, and the pageant competition was in commence. Each of the teenagers did their own individual dance, and each girl was basically judged by the way that they moved, and also the way they look as well. So anyway, after that, Tracy announced, but just as the winner was about to be announced, Tracy interrupted the announcement and started singing and dancing with all of her might, and the host said that everyone is welcome. So all the black people come into the studio and started dancing with the black people, with the white people, and that everyone in the community is allowed to do anything, and no matter who you are, what your appearance is like, everyone, what race you are, you are absolutely amazing. You are your own individual. Well, that's that for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and that is part 1 of my hairspray specialist video. Tomorrow you'll be able to see part 2 of the and I'll be talking about the characters, and I'll be talking about the characters. So stay tuned for that. Well, that's my first video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and give this video a good thumbs up, and leave a lovely comment down in the section. Share it with your friends and family, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.